Bismillah. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Okay, so today I'm Azmi Fazal Akbar, and in this morning I want to tell you a story about the Muslims hijrah from Makkah to Madinah. Alright, so before we get into the stories, let's give a fact or a reason why the Muslims and Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam was hijrah to Madinah. I will give you 3 reasons why did they. The first reason is because the Muslims in Makkah live in suffer because the Quraysh do boycott to the Muslims and don't accept any Muslims in the city. And then the Quraysh were killing the Muslims and doing the bad things for the Muslims, and the Muslims cannot take it anymore. And the Quraysh doesn't accept our Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam as their prophet. They say he was only a liar, a witch, and anything like that. And then the second reason is because of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala sent a wahyu to our Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam to do hijrah to Madinah. And then the third reason is because in Madinah there is a lot of people that accept Muslims, and then a lot of people in Madinah who were Muslims on that day. And then over the 6th person on Madinah goes to Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam to say that Madinah is a secure country for Muslims to do hijrah. And there is 3 reasons why they did. So let us get to the point, to the story. As we know, the 3 reasons is why did they go to the hijrah. And almost every Muslims in Mecca goes to Madinah to do hijrah, but not our Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Our Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam rushed to Abu Bakr's house to say, "We're going to start the journey." And at that time, Abu Bakr al-Siddiq cries over tears because he will accompany our Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam on a journey to do hijrah to Madinah. And on that day, on the night, in the headquarters of the Quraysh, the leader of Quraysh do a meeting to stop the plan to do hijrah to Madinah. A lot of them give opinion what should they do, but Abu Jahl gave the best opinion for them. That is to kill our Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam to stop this hijrah. And on that night too, couple of Quraysh are sneaking, going to our Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam with swords and ready to kill. And when they come to our Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, they go inside, shut the door. It was not our Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, but it was Ali bin Abi Talib. They were shocked and know that our Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam has run away from Mecca. And on the journey from Makkah to Madinah, our Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam and Abu Bakr al-Siddiq, the Quraysh has know where are they going. They catching up to our Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam to kill him. They are putting bounties to our Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam head for 100 camel. And then the Quraysh almost catch our Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam and Abu Bakr al-Siddiq. They were hiding inside of the cave or shore, and then Abu Bakr al-Siddiq sees from outside Abu Bakr walking in front of the cave with the Quraysh. And as we know, our Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam is always with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and that's why there is a spider making a web, so the Quraysh will think nobody goes in, because if someone goes into the cave, the web will be broken, just like that. And then after that, the Quraysh says that there is nobody in the cave, and then they continues to find Rasulullah, and they were safe. And after that, they continued to go to the journey, and after 2 weeks, they finally arrived to Madinah. And Madinah was the first place to build the mosque of Quba. And when they arrived, they were greeting them with warmly, with peacefully, with happiness. They were happy that Prophet Muhammad SAW has arrived in Madinah, greeting them so good and anything else. And Madinah has become the great country of Islam when our Prophet Muhammad SAW came. Even though Makkah was a really great country, but the Quraysh doesn't accept our Prophet Muhammad SAW, so they do hijrah just like that. Alright, maybe that's all from me from the story of hijrah to Madinah. And I'm Azmi Fawza Akbar. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Bismillah. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
First of all, let's give all the praises to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala who has given us mercy and blessings so that we're here in a different situation and condition. Secondly, don't forget to give salawat and salam to our Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, who has guided all of us from the darkness to the brightness, from stupidity to cleverness, and from the Jahiliyyah era to the Islamic era until now. And thirdly, I want to say thanks to all of you guys who want to listen to me to tell you a story about the hijrah of Prophet Muhammad. So before that, let's get to know about hijrah. So what is hijrah? Hijrah is a familiar incident that Prophet Muhammad ever did. So why does Prophet Muhammad do hijrah? It's because of the boycott from Quraysh and the suffering that Muslims get. It makes the Prophet Muhammad feels so not comfortable and wanted to go from Mecca. And one day, a Quraysh assassin wanted to kill Prophet Muhammad in a meeting. The idea is from Abu Jahl, and it is a good idea for the Quraysh people. And at night, somebody knocked on Prophet Muhammad's door, and it was Angel Jibril. And Angel Jibril said about the assassin, about the Quraysh that made the plan to kill Prophet Muhammad. Hearing that information, Prophet Muhammad and Abu Bakr and Ali bin Abi Talib meet up, and then they want to go hijrah. But in here, Prophet Muhammad said to Ali bin Abi Talib to stay at Prophet Muhammad's house to disguise that Ali bin Abi Talib is Prophet Muhammad, while Prophet Muhammad and Abu Bakr go hijrah to Medina. So they ride the camel and go to Medina. The journey starts. So the first is they go from Mecca, and then they end up to the Cape of Nur, and then the city of Quba and Medina. But when the Quraysh arrived at Prophet Muhammad's house, they didn't see Prophet Muhammad, but they see Ali bin Abi Talib. And because of that, the Quraysh was so mad, and they are so focused to find Prophet Muhammad. When Prophet Muhammad already arrived at the cave of Sur, they take a rest, and they got attacked by a spider web that Allah sent. When they are resting, Prophet Muhammad was sleeping next to Abu Bakr. When they were sleeping, animal, which is between a spider or a snake, come and bit Abu Bakr. Because Abu Bakr don't want to disturb Prophet Muhammad, he don't want to wake him up, but he started to cry. And when Prophet Muhammad wake up, he asked to Abu Bakr, "Abu Bakr, what happened?" And then Abu Bakr said that he got bitten by a snake or a scorpion, I don't know. And then Prophet Muhammad said, "Be quiet, Abu Bakr. I know it's only me and you, but the third person is Allah. If the Quraysh look down, they will find out where we are hiding." And after that, they go started the journey again. But on the way to go to Kuba, the city of Kuba, they got founded by a Quraysh assassin. Why? Because first, Abu Bakr didn't know the way to Kuba, so Abu Bakr ordered a maid, a servant from Abu Bakr to lead the way to Kuba, because Abu Bakr forget the way. The servant is a good leader, a good guider. So that's why the Quraysh find out about the servant and follow him until they found Prophet Muhammad and Abu Bakr. But when Prophet Muhammad is going to get sliced, the horse suddenly shake his body and make the Quraysh fell down. And after that, the Quraysh stopped and didn't want to kill Prophet Muhammad. Prophet Muhammad then comes to the Quraysh and said, "Please don't tell this information, like where I am, to the other Quraysh." So that Quraysh goes back to the other Quraysh and said, "I don't see Prophet Muhammad, let's just turn back." And after going from the cave of Thur, we started the journey to go to the city of Kuba. When they arrived at the city of Kuba, they wanted to take a rest and started to make the first mosque in Islam history, which is the name of the city, which is Kuba. And both of them, Abu Bakr and Muhammad, take rest over there. And after that, we started the journey after taking a rest in Kuba, go to Medina. After 3 days, 11 days, and 7 weeks, I don't know, I forget, we started to go to Medina, and finally, they arrived at Medina. All of the people over there, except Prophet Muhammad, to be in Medina. Although there is non-Muslim over there, they are still happy that they have Prophet Muhammad. And one day, when Prophet Muhammad going to take a rest in a house, Prophet Muhammad get asked to stay in a person's house. All of the people already said that to the Prophet Muhammad, but Prophet Muhammad said that he don't wanted to go to all of the house. He just wanted to go to the place that the camel lead him, so that the camel lead to the place which is a person's house, and that place is the first foundation of the Nabawi Mosque. And then Prophet Muhammad also said that he loved Mecca like he loved Medina. Okay, maybe that's the end of the story. I'm sorry for my mistake and behave and for the glitching sound of me. The last word I say, Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Okay. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Story. One day, the Prophet Muhammad was in Makkah, and Prophet Muhammad received the news from the angel Gabriel. And when the Prophet Muhammad found out the news, the Quraysh wanted to kill the Prophet Muhammad because the Quraysh had been believed by dakwah for Prophet Muhammad SAW. And the Prophet Muhammad immediately invited Abu Bakr to immediately migrate to Madinah. So that Prophet Muhammad was not And it turned out that Abu Bakr also knew about the news, and Prophet Muhammad was ordered Ali bin Abi Thalib to sleep in his house and disguised himself as Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And Prophet Muhammad's journey to Madinah, after Prophet Muhammad received the news from the angel Jibril, then the Prophet Muhammad immediately began to Madinah. When Prophet Muhammad had left, the Quraysh come to Makkah, and the Quraysh started to the Prophet Muhammad's house. When checked, it turned out the only Ali bin Abi Thalib in Prophet Muhammad's house. And in the middle of road, when Nabi Muhammad already tired, the Quraysh already know of Prophet Muhammad journey to Madinah. And Abu Bakr found the cave in which there are a lot of ferocious animals. And when the Prophet Muhammad rested in the cave of Sur, the name cave is Sur, when the Prophet Muhammad wanted to rest in the cave, the Abu Bakr broke his glass. Abu Bakr Prophet Muhammad also went in behind. In Abu Bakr, when Prophet Muhammad fell asleep in there, in the cave of Sur, then the animal was the Abu Bakr did not move because he don't want to Prophet Muhammad to wake up to sleep. And Abu Bakr said, "Oh Prophet Muhammad, if only the Quraysh were coming down when all the blood." And the Prophet Muhammad said, "Oh Abu Bakr, we are both we are true, and the true is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala." Continue the journey of Hijrah to Madinah. Then the Prophet Muhammad said, like when the Allah also read, Allah also put the spider web so that it doesn't look like someone has entered it. And after that, the conquerors turned out the location of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu was blown out by Rasulullah. And Prophet Muhammad Surah bin Malik went to board the Prophet Muhammad, and the house Surah bin Malik cannot take, because the Prophet Muhammad said, "Don't will want to happen now," and then if you say a city cannot begin. Then the city of Madinah, Prophet Muhammad, if you say you now Muslim phone or the Prophet Muhammad comes to fight into the city of Madinah, and also want to look Prophet Muhammad. And after that, finally after 7 days or maybe 7 days, the Prophet Muhammad began to the Prophet arrived in the city of Madinah, and was driven by a crowd of the people of Madinah, because many of them had not seen we have seen the first of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Then the Prophet Muhammad of Madinah ordered the people to stay at this stay at the house. But the Prophet Muhammad said, let me camel handle out the place for me to copy. When the Prophet Muhammad's camel walked toward the house of Abu Ayyub, then the Prophet Muhammad and the people of Madinah also make mosque in Madinah. The name mosque is the name mosque is Nabawi. This the first pillar of the Prophet Muslim. Okay, maybe this all for me for the story. Thank you for attention. Yes, I say Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam.
Okay, bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam
warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. So before I want to explain the story, let's give thanks to our Subhanahu wa Ta'ala, give the mercy and blessing, so we can sit safe in here with the good situation and perfect condition. Secondly, don't forget to be salawat to Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, where he came from the darkness to the lightness, from stupidity to cleverness, from the jahiliyah to the Islamic. So in this firstly, I must forget to give thanks to Mr. Abdullah to give my opportunity for this story to the other. So in this occasion, I will explain about the story about Hijrah Prophet Muhammad. This the best is one of the best event in Islam. In the story of Islam. This is the story of Islam. So Hijrah is that is event in the Islam that Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam go to Madinah, and he go to Madinah with Abu Bakar. Okay, so I will explain about why Rasulullah hijrah to Madinah, right? Because if you know, there are many Quraysh had known Prophet Muhammad and had Muslim people, so there are many Muslim get boycott from, so there are many Muslim cannot eat or cannot drink, and there are many boys want to kill Muslim people, and yes, there are many Muslim people dead in Makkah. So Rasulullah hijrah to Madinah for protecting from boys. So this is the best reason. Or there are the reason why Rasulullah hijrah to Madinah. Okay, next. So Rasulullah go to Madinah in the night. People why want to attack the place for the killing Rasulullah in the night, and Jibril know about that, so he is given the information to Rasulullah SAW. So before he die, he said to Ali bin Abi Thalib, for stay in the home, so that Rasulullah can go out from his home. Yes, Rasul go to Madinah with Abu Bakar. Rasul go to Madinah with Abu Bakar in the night. But before Rasul go to Madinah with Abu Bakar, his wife go out of but there are many poor people want to kill it. Rasulullah is one of the story said to Ali for sleep in just sleep in his bed. And maybe as I know he is said and he can go out why because he get the help from Allah. And when course people take out this course, this not enough for also is just for aluminum battery sleep in the bed. So the voice friend is the pilot. So the voice paper is very angry and is find also in the many street in many city in Arab and the other. So voice people have to plan for killing Rasulullah, but voice is the and now voice Rasulullah also stay now. So voice just serve Rasulullah in many city and in many city, but voice never found Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Yes. Rasul enggak go to Madinah because Rasul. Maybe I have done to explain about this, so maybe I can make this slide to the next slide. So height and so back the particular so point. Yes, for sure. So height is okay. This height in just the device or more for what but he is one into what is get happen come out again but which get happen that is the spider and maybe bird nest. So for people maybe think this project there is no one people in there. So Rasulullah and Abu Bakar and Kafir and he can go to Madinah again. So people come to Madinah, he also go to the Kuba is the first place Rasulullah before go to the Madinah. And in the Kuba Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam built the first mosque in the story of Islam. The Kuba mosque. Maybe the next time I can put it the picture. Also after he come to Kuba, also next again also can Alfred to Madinah with Abu Bakar. So after he stay in Kuba for 3 or more days, he is next again day and he is now request to Madinah with Abu Bakar because he get the help from Allah. Okay, this is the last slide that I made. Thank you very much for listening my this. Maybe there are many mistakes. Yes. Maybe there are many mistakes for me. I'm so sorry. So the last I said was Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Okay, bismillah. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
So today I want to explain to you about the history of Hijrah of Prophet Muhammad. Prophet Muhammad ever doing Hijrah from Makkah to Madinah. what is hijrah? Hijrah is the other name of immigrate from this country to this country, or maybe from this place to the other place again. From this place to the other place. Okay. Next. And the list of my content is first is reason for hijrah. Second is hijrah travel path, and then the third arriving in Madinah. First is reason for hijrah. Rasulullah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam was hijrah because of the he wanna be like he wanna pray without kafir Quraysh, because kafir Quraysh ever always disturb Muslim people when Muslim people wanna pray to Allah Subhanahu Wa Taala. Okay, the second is hijrah travel path. Route of hijrah of Rasulullah. So many. There is from 20 Safar, one of Hijriah. He was going from Makkah to going from Makkah to Madinah, but before go to Madinah, he stay at cave at 3 days, and then after 3 days, in the cave there's many there is an agenda in there, like for example, like when Rasulullah was asleep beside the Abu Bakar, Abu Bakar was get a bite from a scorpion or snake, I don't know, but he don't want to disturb Rasulullah, because Rasulullah at this time was asleep, so he just hold it, and then cry. And when Rasulullah was wake up, Rasulullah asked Abu Bakar, why are you crying? Abu Bakar said, there is a beast was beat me. Rasulullah said, be patient, Abu Bakar, because you see, we are two people, but we are two, but the real one is we are three: you, me, and Allah Subhanahu Wa Taala. And then Prophet Muhammad was pray to Allah for eliminate the poison in Abu Bakar's body, and then Abu Bakar was held at his side. And then after 3 days, actually at one Rabiul Awal, they started to go to the Yathrib for doing hijrah, but they are doing break in the Kuba when at the 8th Rabiul Awal. And then in the Kuba, Rasulullah is established the Kuba Mosque, the first mosque in Islam. And then in 12 Rabiul Awal, this is the last of the hijrah travel path of Rasulullah. And then he arrived into the Madinah at 12 Rabiul Awal, when his birthday. Okay, when he was arriving in Madinah, after 14 days and 13 nights, he finally came to Madinah, and then doing salat in some mosque in the Madinah. And then this is the timeline of the Prophet Hijrah. The first is 28 Safar, and then and then 29 Safar and until 1 Rabiul Awal in the Turkey, 8 Rabiul Awal in the Cuba, and then established the Cuba Mosque, and then 12 Rabiul Awal in the Madinah. Okay, that's all from me. Thank you very much for listening. I'm sorry if I have a mistake. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Alhamdulillahirabbil alamin wa bihi nasta'in ala umuri dunya waddin wassalatu wassalamu ala asrafil anbiya'i wal mursalin wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajmain amma ba'd. So today I'm gonna explain about some of the most important story that every Muslim people should know about this. Because as we know, Muslim is already most and bigger. Almost people in this world is already about what is the religion of Islam. But behind that result, there is some struggle from Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam and his followers to make Islam to be a great religion. So this history is called the history of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. First, I'm gonna talk about what is the means of hijrah, which means to move in particular. This word is come from Arabic language. Hajara means going from one of the city to the other city. But in this story, hijrah it means move from the darkness to the lightness. The nation of hijrah is defined as the migration of Prophet Muhammad along with some of his followers to save Islam in the Madinah. Okay, after that I'm gonna talk about the reason. What is Rasulullah reason? What is the reason of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam for going to do hijrah? A reason why our Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam want to do hijrah is because of in that time when Islam is bigger in that city, Bani Hashim and the people of Quraysh, which still hated Islam Muslim person, except the people who still who love Islam, but he's come from Quraysh. His people of Quraysh which hated is more and more hated Islam because of Islam is bigger in that city, and even they want to make they have a plan for killing our Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and the only one way for save Islam is just for going to Madinah city. And because of in Madinah city, the people of Madinah city is love about Islam religion. And the second reason is because of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam just get some wahyu from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to go to Madinah and save Islam. I'm gonna talk in the next slide. Okay, this is the first journey of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam when he's doing hijrah with his followers or best friend. First, after Bani Hashim is get a boycott, the people of Quraysh which hated is want to killing Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam because of after they already get out from the boycott, Islam is more strong than before, and people Quraysh is more hated to Islam and want to killing Prophet Muhammad. But Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam is already get a wahyu from Allah. He's already know about people of Quraysh is want to killing him. So he has other plans for save Islam and himself. His instructed some of his best friends or his followers, namely Ali, to sleep in his bed. So when people of Quraysh was opened up the door of Prophet in the home of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and when he was checked his bed, he just find Ali and there is not Prophet Muhammad, because Prophet Muhammad is already get out from his home. And in the middle of his journey, when he already get out from Makkah, his buddies go back and say, actually I'm not want to leave this city, but because there is some instruction from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for save Islam and going to the Makkah, so I should to do that, like that, if I'm not wrong. Okay, I gonna explain it in the first journey part 2, but after that, okay. I gonna talk about the travel road after Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam is already get up from his home, and when he ate supper, and he's go to the cave, namely Tur. He spent almost three days in that cave. And there is a story when Abu Bakar is follow him to do hijrah to Madinah, when he was still in the cave of Tur. Abu Bakar is get like a bite from the snake, and after that, but he's still silent and just crying because of it. He don't want to disturb Prophet Muhammad, because of Prophet Muhammad is still asleep. But Prophet Muhammad is now about the condition of Abu Bakar and make it Abu Bakar calm. After that, after he spent three days in the cave of Tur, in the Rabiul Awal, he start to hijrah to Yastrib. And Yastrib is mean Madinah, but in the other words. And when he was going to Cuba, they make it the first mosque the Islam is ever made, namely the Mosque of Cuba, in the 8th Rabiul Awal, and go to and he's already come to Madinah when he was in the 12th Rabiul Awal, and already in the Yastrib, and the people in there was very happy because of they waiting Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam for go to there, and Prophet Muhammad is make it mosque in there. Maybe just that did I know about all of the story from hijrah of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Listen that we can get as a Muslim person. We should be grateful because Allah is already give the best prophet to us. Maybe just that I can give the information to you. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Innal hamdalillah nahmaduhu wa nasta'inuhu wa nastaghfiruh wa na'udzu billahi min shururi anfusina wa min sayyiati a'malina. Man yahdihillahu fala mudilla lahu wa man yudlilhu fala hadiya lahu. Asyhadu an la ilaha illallah أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله لا نبي ورسول بعده. أما بعد. Before I continue for the telling about the history of Prophet Muhammad Hijrah. Before that, let's give thanks to Allah Subhanahu wa Taala who has given us mercy and blessing, given the opportunity. So we have to graduate to Allah Subhanahu wa Taala so we can meet again in this place. And then, secondly, don't forget to give salawat and salam to our Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, last prophet, the great prophet, who teach all Muslim people and who brought us from the darkness to the lightness, from Jahiliyah to the Islamic era until now. And then, the thirdly, thank you very much for all you guys to give me a time and then the spend of time for the listening of my speech. Okay, I'm Sivan. So in this occasion and in this moment, I wanna to tell history about the history of Prophet Muhammad Hijrah. Therefore, I continue for the history of Prophet Muhammad Hijrah. Who is the Prophet Muhammad? Prophet Muhammad is the last of prophet, the great of prophet. He born in the Makkah or Arab Saudi. He in the Makkah. When the Prophet Muhammad are ready to be a prophet is when the 40 years old. And then Prophet Muhammad is so be patient to teach all Muslims to believe just one God is Allah Subhanahu wa Taala. Okay? Let's go continue for the hijrah of Prophet Muhammad to Madinah. The condition of Makkah and Kafir Quraysh for kill Prophet Muhammad. So the Prophet Muhammad when the condition of Makkah, Kafir Quraysh is so hate of Prophet Muhammad because Prophet Muhammad always to give information about Islam, teach about Islam to people in the Kafir Quraysh have to go to the Islam, convert to Islam. So, going to Islam and then believe just one God, Allah Subhanahu wa Taala. So, Kafir Quraysh is when the Prophet Muhammad teach some people Kafir Quraysh, and then when the Prophet Muhammad to invite some people wanna to going to the Islam, the Kafir Quraysh always disturb and then want to kill the Prophet Muhammad. So Prophet Muhammad is so be patient to teach the all Muslim the Kafir Quraysh to going to Islam to teach the friends. And then at the night, Prophet the angel when in the Prophet Muhammad in the house, angel Jibril is given information. The Kafir Quraysh, the assassin wanted to kill the Prophet Muhammad, and then the angel Jibril is given information you have to hijrah to Madinah, and then the Prophet Muhammad say to Abu Bakar to going to hijrah to Madinah with the Prophet Muhammad, and then the Prophet Muhammad. And then the Prophet Muhammad to say to Ali bin Abi Talib to say just stay in home. And then before that, who is Abu Bakar Ashiriq? Abu Bakar Ashiriq is the best friend of the Prophet Muhammad. He's the first best friend of Prophet Muhammad, as I know. And then he's the first the convert to Islam. And then the Abu Bakar As-Siddiq is the first Khalifah in Makkah, or the leader in the Makkah, or the Khalifah. Okay, continue. For the hijrah of Prophet Muhammad and Abu Bakar going to hijrah to Madinah. So after Prophet Muhammad tell the Ali bin Abi Talib just stay in home, Abu Bakar and Prophet Muhammad is prepared for going to hijrah, and then with the camel, and then going to in the night he's going hijrah to Madinah with the Abu Bakar and Prophet Muhammad. And then the next day, the Prophet Abu Bakar is found the cave, or the name is Sur. And then before the Prophet Muhammad the Prophet Muhammad going to the inside of the cave. Before that, the Abu Bakar have to cleaning the all in the capsule because Abu Bakar worry don't wanna to some scorpion or snake hit by the Prophet Muhammad. And then after the cleaning, Abu Bakar cleaning the cave. Prophet Muhammad and Abu Bakar going to inside. And then in the cave shore, Prophet Muhammad is asleep. And then when in the cave shore, some snake or something like scorpion is hit the legs of Abu Bakar. And then Abu Bakar don't wanna to the disturb of the Prophet Muhammad when the Prophet Muhammad is asleep. So the Abu Bakar is just hold the stick of the hit by scorpion or snake. And then when he cried, the Abu Bakar cried. The Prophet Muhammad is wake up and then asks to the Abu Bakar, why you cry? And then the Abu Bakar say, I'm already to hit by scorpion or some snake. And then the Prophet Muhammad is healing the legs of the Abu Bakar after the Abu Bakar hit by some snake or some scorpion. And then when the inside the capsule, the Kafir Quraysh is already to find the capsule. And then this believe the first people believe the Prophet Muhammad and Abu Bakar in the cave. But and then the Prophet and the Abu Bakar, he look the Kafir Quraysh want to go to the cave. So the Abu Bakar is so scary, and then so many up to Prophet Muhammad. What if the Kafir Quraysh kill him? And then Abu Bakar so very scary. It's been for very scary. He don't wanna die. The Kafir Quraysh want to kill the Abu Bakar and the Prophet Muhammad. And then Prophet Muhammad just say, just Allah with me, and then with us. So Allah is and then the Kafir Quraysh when wanna go to the capsule, Allah is call the spider to make webs. So and then the Kafir Quraysh is look the webs of spider, and then he thinks again, why if the Prophet Muhammad and Abu Bakar go to capsule, why the spider web is not broken? And then he thinks again, and then he go outside, and then search looking for the Prophet Muhammad again. And then when the Prophet Muhammad going to Kuba and Abu Bakar Siddiq. So when the Prophet Muhammad and Abu Bakar going to Kuba, some Kafir Quraysh, one of Kafir Quraysh in the behind of Prophet Muhammad. When the Kafir Quraysh want to slice the Prophet Muhammad, the fear of the Kafir Quraysh or the horse is something don't wanna to kill this one, the Prophet Muhammad. And then because of that, the Kafir Quraysh don't wanna to kill the Prophet Muhammad. And then the Prophet Muhammad say the Kafir Quraysh don't give the information. And then after that, the Prophet Muhammad and Abu Bakar actually going to the Madinah. So in the Madinah, the people of Madinah so excited and so accepted the Prophet Muhammad and Abu Bakar Siddiq in the Madinah. So and then the Prophet Muhammad and Abu Bakar Siddiq in Madinah is make some mosque Nabawi, if I know. Okay? Maybe that's all for me. Thank you very much for listening. As I say, wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Oke, bismillah. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Berapa Allah Subhanahu wa taala
Because masih and expression. And secondly, we voted to be salawat and salam to Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. To the us from the darkness to light us, from the darkness, and from the hidayah to the Sunnah. So now I will start about story of the Prophet Muhammad. What about the Prophet Muhammad? Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam were all from God from the Makkah and the world. The point conduct already know. The Prophet Muhammad Makkah turn from the Makkah. First, the point conduct for the Prophet Muhammad and Abu Bakar Siddiq. Then, when the Prophet Muhammad and Abu Bakar Siddiq went in the car, in Madinah, had in that program. Kalau gitu memang kita jadi ada was part of the okay. Then that was the Umar and Abu Bakar and Abu Bakar. Then Umar and Abu Bakar. Anyway, some animal, but with the Abu Bakar foot, that is like Abu Bakar's son. And then the water of the Bakar is touch the Prophet Muhammad and what and what said whatever Bakar and Bakar some animal eat Muhammad Makkah is not from the mosque, and is that for then the son of the Rasulullah, the body of the Quran is by the followers of the Prophet Muhammad in Makkah. The Prophet will Islam. Then the pada waktu lama itu dari belakang mulai ada dua sembang at the program and one sembang Prophet Muhammad and talk about when we talk about that, we look at then the Prophet Muhammad and Bapak okay. And this is the first form. So, Papa presented and ask most of the people what they shared Prophet Muhammad dengan itu dia soal di Malik. Then soal di Malik is the mosque for the Prophet Muhammad and so kami balik kalau lagi look at Prophet Muhammad and we so kami balik house safety Allah kata syarat dan call of the Prophet Muhammad in Madinah. Then the heart of the Muslim becomes color because the mosque at the celebration. Then the Prophet Muhammad and Abu Bakar the Prophet and then Makkah Muhammad then still for then I would it was part of the conversion of then Prophet Muhammad and okay, menurut kami itu tema sampai satu awal Quran Islam. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
First of all, let's give all the praise to Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala, who has given us mercy and blessing. So we can gather here together in this place with good condition and perfect situation. And secondly, don't forget to give salawat and salam to our Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, who has bring us from the darkness to lightness, from the stupidity to cleverness, from the Jahiliyah to Islamic era until now. So, in this occasion, I would like to give you a story about hijrah of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Why?
Prophet Muhammad and Muslim in Hijrah to the Medina? Because in Makkah there is Quraysh people always attack Muslim and always give harassment, abuse, and violence. So Muslim people have a bad situation in Makkah. So Muslim people say to Prophet Muhammad to hijrah to the Medina because Medina is the best city for Muslim. And Rasulullah say, okay, you can hijrah to the Medina. But Rasulullah not hijrah to Medina because he don't have the permission from Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala. So Muslimin hijrah to Medina, and Rasulullah, the Prophet assassination plan. So all the Quraysh leader gather in Darul al-Nadwa in the middle of Makkah city, and there is all of leader of Quraysh like Umayyah, Abu Jahal, and others. And they are discussion about the plan for kill Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. So, and Rasulullah get the permission from Allah to hijrah to Medina. And Rasulullah go to the Abu Bakar house and say to Abu Bakar, I already have a permission from Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala for hijrah to Medina. So Abu Bakar was very happy because he hijrah with Rasulullah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. And in the night, Rasulullah and Abu Bakar was preparation for hijrah, and Rasulullah give task to Ali, his cousin, for stay in Rasulullah bed and inside in the blanket of the Rasulullah. And after that, Rasulullah and Abu Bakar go out of the Rasulullah home, and Rasulullah throw a bit of sand to the head of the Quraysh. And after Quraysh open the door in the Rasulullah home, there is Ali instead. And Quraysh people are shocked because there is no Rasulullah in his home. And after that, he turned to the city and get out of Makkah. And after that, Rasulullah and Abu Bakar arrived at Thawr cave, and Quraysh people realized that Rasulullah he was running out of Makkah. So Quraysh people pay out bounty like 100 camel for people who's now Rasulullah hiding place. And Quraysh people hiring an expert desert tracker and tell to the expert desert tracker where is the place of mountain Thawr. So in Thawr cave, after that Abu Bakar see Abu Jahal and Quraysh people in front of cave, and Quraysh people say there is no impossible people in here because the cave there is spider web, because if there is spider web, when the person or human go in, the spider web is broken, so the spider web is still fresh. So Quraysh people go and back to the Makkah again. And after 3 nights, or I think 2 days, 3 nights,
and Abu Bakar and Rasulullah heading to Madinah with professional guide, and Rasulullah and Abu Bakar and with the professional guide go in the unorthodox route because there is no people use that road. So, and after go heading to Madinah, Rasulullah and Abu Bakar arriving at Kuba with the professional guide. And in Kuba, Rasulullah rest about 4 days. And after rest for 4 days, so he arrived in Madinah. And at Madinah, he made the first mosque in Islam, that is Kuba Mosque. So Rasulullah and other Muhajirin people and Ansar people was praying at the Kuba Mosque. Okay, maybe that's all for my story. My story about hijrah of Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam to Mecca, from Mecca to Madinah. So correct me if I'm wrong, and thank you for your attention. May the peace, mercy, and blessing of Allah can be upon us. That's what I say. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Innal hamdalillah nahmaduhu wa nasta'inuhu wa nastaghfiruh wa na'udzu billahi min shururi anfusina min sayyiati a'malina. May yahdihillahu fala mudilla lahu wa la yudlilhu fala hadiya lahu. Asyhadu an la ilaha illallah wahdahu la syarika lah wa asyhadu anna Muhammadan abduhu wa rasuluh la nabiyya wa la rasulullah ba'da. Amma ba'du. First of all, let's give thanks to Allah Subhanahu wa ta'ala, because only gives Muslim blessing, so we can meet again in this class together and we will learn for the world. And before I start my presentation, I want to give you thanks because already spend your time for your attention and listen of my storytelling about hijrah of Prophet Muhammad. So, let's go. Assassination. Assassination point. Yes, 26 in the year 26 in the year 1440. The figure origin and from the other and all Kabila Al-Mubarak believe that in Wahid Maktum, there's among 7 people of figure president and joined that boycott. What is boycott? There is the boycott because the Arab people in Makkah, that is like a figure of Croydon in Makkah, is very busy of Daqwah Rasulullah. Because any people in Makkah is already entered Islam. And that the figure is make some boycott and boycotting Muslims for the 3 years. It keep Muslims of Makkah and makes them Muslim. And next, okay, Rasulullah received mission in the death Madinah. That for an other hand, that is Jibril gift as wahyu, like permission for Prophet Muhammad
can emigrate to Medina. And after that, Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam looking for Abu Bakr and met him at Abu Bakr's house. And they make a discussion about a plan for going to and for emigrate to Medina and prepare for the things what they want to bring. Okay. After they already discussion, they get out from Makkah. But before that, they is looking for Ali bin Abi Talib for his Rasulullah plan. And Ali bin Abi Talib is invited Rasulullah and Rasulullah house for become Rasulullah. But Ali bin Abi Talib is sleep in Rasulullah bed and using Rasulullah blanket. And after that, Rasulullah open his and Rasulullah open the door and throw the little bit dirt to the all poison as surrounded that Rasulullah house. And with that, Rasulullah and Abu Bakr is leave from Makkah. And the people present is open the door of the house of Prophet Muhammad and only can find Ali bin Abi Talib in there. And after that, the next village in Sudan. Okay, and today Rasulullah and Abu Bakr leave and use another way, another route for going to catch first or take last. Because Rasulullah is known. It will be the choice book. It will be searched and will be killed them. And after that, Rasulullah and Abu Bakr take rest in a circus for 3 days. And for 3 days. And today, Rasulullah is take a sleep first. After that, Abu Bakr is get a bite from snake. And after that, the Abu Bakr is crying. And Rasulullah is waking up and already and no. And there's crazy people is already come to Surcave. And there's the spider make a web for hiding Rasulullah and Abu Bakr. Next. Right in Cuba. After they hide in Surcave, they leave and use them camel for going to Medina. But before that, they want to take rest in Cuba first. And after that, is meet with some people twice and he's become a guider of Rasulullah and Abu Bakr from going to Cuba for take rest for a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Rest and Monday. And rest in Madinah. And Rasulullah and Abu Bakr already arrived in Medina, and the people in Medina is get happy and big smile because already wait for a long time for Rasulullah is come to Medina. And only that I will leave for you guys. Thank you very much, and I'm sorry if I have a mistake, and thank you for your attention and listening. As I say, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Waalaikumsalam. Alhamdulillah. Nahmaduhu wa nasta'inuhu wa nastaghfiruh.
ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا من يهده الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله لا نبي ولا رسول بعده آمين. First of all, let's say thanks to Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala for giving us mercy and blessing. So that today we can meet again at this blessing perfect condition and situation. Secondly, don't forget to give salawat and salam to our Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. That has bring us from the darkness to lightness, from stupidity to deliverance, from the Jahiliyah to the Islamic era. Okay, here I will tell you about the hijrah of the Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam to Madinah. The Prophet's assassination plan. The attend a meeting to discuss the development of the Prophet Dakwah, which was increasing day by day. This made the politics of Quraysh were so that in the meeting they agreed to join till the life of the Prophet Muhammad SAW that very night. Rasulullah sought permission to immigrate to Madinah. On the other hand, after making this decision, Jibril conveyed a revelation to the Prophet in the form of permission to immigrate. Then the messenger of Allah Abu Bakr at his house and discussed the plans and preparation for the migrant and get out of Makkah. At midnight, that died Abu of Palestine surrender the prophets beside his residence. They wait for the prophet to fall asleep. On the other hand, the prophet asked Ali bin Abi Thalib to replace him sleeping on his mother and use the blanket that the prophet used to wear. Ali bin Abi Thalib carried out the order of the obstetric to cover his body and sleep on the mattress of the Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. And depart to secure camp. Starting the hijrah journey, the messenger of Allah departed from his house, the cave of Tur, on the night of 37 Safar in the 40th year of prophethood. The messenger of Allah understood that the politics of Quraysh was immediately sick and urged him. So he did not take the north road, which is the main road used to reach Madinah. He took the southern road towards Yemen. After traveling approximately 5 miles, the two of them appeared at the top of the mountain and stopped at a cave called the Sur Cave for the 3 nights, today, Saturday, and Sunday night, and heading to Madinah. In the month of Rabiul Awal in 1 Hijriah, is after the search reports began to succeed the Prophet prepared to leave the cave to Medina. He has ascended by twice in order to understand the roads to Medina. This man's name is Abdullah bin Roy al-Laith. Arriving at Kuba, the Prophet Muhammad SAW arrived in Kuba on Monday, 8 Rabiul Awal in the year 100 Hijriah or the 40 year of Prophet. He is still in the time of Bukhul in Hadash. Another option says that bin Hassan, however, based on the narrative of Al-Bakri, the first one is more determined of strong. They arrived in Medina. After Kuba, the Prophet continued his expedition to Medina. He stopped in the area of Bani Salim in Auf and performed 3-day prayers then before the 100 Okay, maybe that's all for me about the hijrah of the Prophet Muhammad SAW. That's what I say. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Alhamdulillah, nahmaduhu wa nasta'inuhu wa nastaghfiruh wa na'udzu billahi min shururi anfusina wa min sayyi'ati a'malina. May yahdihillahu fala mudilla wa may yudlil fala hadiya. Asyhadu an la ilaha illallah wa asyhadu anna Muhammadar Rasulullah la nabiyya wa rasulullah ba'da. Amma ba'du. First of all, let's thank to Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala for giving us mercy and blessing so that we can meet at this moment and at this place. And don't forget to give salam to our Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam for bringing us from the darkness to the lightness, from the stupidity to the cleverness, from the Jahiliyah to the Islamic era until now. So in this moment, I want to deliver a presentation about the migration of Rasulullah SAW from Makkah to Madinah. The reason of the migration. The reason is because a lot of Muslims got tortured in Makkah, and then a lot of Quraysh want to kill Rasulullah SAW and disturbing the da'wah of Rasulullah SAW, like mocking or other else. So the Muslims of Quraysh is planning to kill Rasulullah SAW in one night. So the leaders are gather and then they are talking of planning to kill Rasulullah SAW. Rasulullah in the other side, Rasulullah got permission from Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala. So Jibril came to Rasulullah SAW and then said to Rasulullah SAW and said, Allah have give permission to migrate from Makkah to Madinah. And then Rasulullah SAW walked to Abu Bakr's home and said to Abu Bakr, Allah have give permission to migrate. And Abu Bakr said, am I going to be your partner for the sake of my father as your ransom? And then Rasulullah SAW said yes. And then Rasulullah SAW wait to the house again and wait for the night. Exiting Makkah. So in the night, the Quraysh have surrounded Rasulullah's home, and then in the other side, Rasulullah asked Ali bin Abi Talib to replace him in his bed and use his blanket. And then Ali bin Abi Talib do it, and then Rasulullah exit his house and sprinkle some sand on top of the mushrikin's head
and they like in this Quran verse. وَجَعَلْنَا مِنْ بَيْنِ أَيْدِيهِمْ سَدًّا وَمِنْ خَلْفِهِمْ سَدًّا وَشَيْنَاهُمْ فَهُمْ لَا يُبْصِرُونَ. And we caused in front of them a screen or wall, and behind them a screen or wall. And we caused them the eyes so that they could not see Rasulullah. Okay, the migration map. So after Rasulullah and Abu Bakar exiting Rasulullah's house, they go to the Qur. So they stay there for 3 days. And Rasulullah realized that the Muslims are finding Rasulullah, but only some people successfully found the entrance for the cave, but they didn't find him because Allah has commanded a spider to make a web in front of the cave. And then Rasulullah stopped by in the area of Bani Salim bin Auf. So Rasulullah stopped by in the area of Bani Salim bin Auf to pray Jumat with 100 people, more or less 100 people. And then arrived in Madinah. So before the stop by with stop by in Bani Salim bin Auf, he goes to Kuba first, and then stay in Kuba for 4 days, and made a mosque, or the first mosque in Muslim in Islamic history is called Kuba Mosque. So, and then after from Bani Salim bin Auf, they walk to Madinah and then arrived in Madinah. So the Ansars were excited when they are super welcoming when Rasulullah arrived in Madinah. So they sang a poem. And then I forget something. I suddenly missed something from here. So here there is the main road and there is the other road. So Rasulullah used the other route, not the main road, which already goes to Madinah, but uses the road that most people can use it. So from the picture, go here, and here, and go here, and then here. So this one is the most the rarely route that people use. So, okay, I think that's all from my presentation that I wanted to deliver. And I think there's a conclusion in my presentation, and that is you have to be grateful for everything. If you hear my presentation, Rasulullah have to do some effort to do dakwah. But now you don't need. You can just make some posters and then upload it to Instagram, or just go and then just go to the mosque and then become the khutbah or other else, and then more. I think that's all from my conclusion. That's I say. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam. Bismillah. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam.
Alhamdulillah rabbil alamin. Wabihi nasta'in ala umuri dunya wa din. Wassalatu wassalamu ala asyrofil mursalin wa ala alihi washabihi ajma'in. Amma ba'du. First of all, let's give thanks to Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala for giving us mercy and blessing, so we can meet in this class, the health bodies and fit bodies. And then secondly, don't forget to also give salat and salam to our Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, who has brought us from the darkness to the lightness, from Jahiliyah to the Islamic era. So, in this occasion, I would like to deliver my storytelling, or maybe my presentation about telling the Prophet Muhammad SAW hijrah to Madinah. Next. So, This is the Hijrah travel map. Oh yeah, forget to give you the story. So, the story of the Hijrah of our Prophet Muhammad SAW to Madinah, because Allah is giving the comment to Hijrah to Madinah. Because what? Because most of the Muslim people is get forced for change the position to the kafir. So a lot of people in the Makkah already go to Islam, and then all the Quraysh people is forcing, and then they taking all the Muslim in the Makkah until they want to go back his first religion. So, so Allah gave the command to Hijrah to Madinah. After Rasulullah or our Prophet Muhammad SAW get the command for Hijrah to Madinah, he tell to Abu Bakar that command. And Abu Bakar is very happy. Why? Because Abu Bakar can go to the Madinah with his best friend. That is Rasulullah SAW. And then they make a plan for going to the Madinah, and then yeah, they make a plan, and then they take anything that they need for going to the Madinah. And then they will go to the Madinah at that night. And the other side, all the people is very mad and angry because the population of the Muslim in the Makkah is get blown up. And then the Kafir Quraysh in the Makkah make a plan. They make a conversation in the Darun Anadwa to make a plan that is kill our Prophet Muhammad SAW. Then that plan is get accepted by all the Quraysh people. At the night too, our Prophet Muhammad SAW is taking anything what he need for going to Madinah, and then go out. And he know the Kafir Quraysh will kill him. And then he give a comment to Ali bin Abi Talib to sleep in his mattress, and then use the blanket what always our Prophet Muhammad SAW used. And then Ali bin Abi Talib is accepting the comment. So when Rasulullah wants to go out, he take some of the sand and then throw it to the Al-Quraysh people, and then just few minutes, maybe few hours, the Kafir Quraysh cannot see the Prophet. So the Prophet can go to the Abu Bakar house and then take the camel and then go out from Makkah. When they come to the Prophet's house and then take out the blanket, and he gets surprised that there's no Muhammad SAW, he just get Ali in there. And then the Kafir Quraysh, it gets felt to catch our Prophet Muhammad SAW. And then they know the Prophet Muhammad SAW is go at that night too. Then they run for catching, and then the Prophet Muhammad SAW know the first people will catch them too. And then the Prophet and the Abu Bakar take rest in the Sur cave for 3 days. In the Sur cave, they just resting in there until all the people is gone. And then the desert, the Quraysh people is finding footsteps of the Prophet Muhammad SAW until Sur cave. And the Sur cave, they find the Quraysh people just they want to go in the showcase, but it gets blocked by a spider web. But if there is still a spider in there, and then they don't want to get it because it's still fresh web. So they go from the suitcase, and then the Prophet and the Abu Bakar take the rest again until it is day. And then when they rest, the Abu Bakar get bite by a snake or maybe scorpion or maybe feather, I don't know. But this very hard. Abu Bakar don't want to wake up the Rasulullah. And when Rasulullah wake up, the Rasulullah see Abu Bakar is crying, and then Rasulullah asked him, "Why are you crying, Abu Bakar?" And then he says, "I get hurt." Then Rasulullah is giving the water and then splash it to Abu Bakar hands, hands, and then it gets hurt. And then after that, they continue the trip to the Makkah. This is the Hijrah travel map from the Makkah to Madinah. First is the Turkey. Next is Cuba. When they go from Turkey, they go again and then go again until they come to Cuba. And then the Prophet rested for more than 10 days, and they wait until Ali and the other friends come to Cuba and make the mosque. I think this is what see what keep. And then the mosque is the first mosque of the Islamic story. Then they continue the